This is a review of City. So this is a manga by Keiichi Arawi. And yeah, it's by the same mangaka as City, as Nichijou. And I really like this one. I think it's a good comedy. And it, it's pretty good. What to say about it? It combines a lot of the sort of surreal kind of absurdist humor that you get in Nichijou, with a pretty wide cast of characters, pretty colourful cast of characters, and it is it's not cringe at all. It's just basically the main character is trying to pay her rent and doesn't have enough money to pay for it. So she gets a part-time job and she begins to meet all the different people in the city as they get up to different things, and different chapters focus on different characters. One character is going to go overseas but doesn't want to tell her friend, and then another character is a chef and he's kind of pretty funny. There's just all sorts of things going on. I really like the covers of these. I think they look incredibly visually striking, and they showcase Keiichi's eye for graphic design. There's a dinosaur onesie. It's pretty funny. They just kind of get up to stuff. And specifics about the manga. It's sort of like Nichijou, where the characters' expressions dictate a lot of what they're thinking and feeling at the time. There's a wide variety of different types of personality types. It's relatively diverse in that sense. It's not just the characters that you see in Nichijou, except transplanted into a different series. It is entirely its own thing. So yeah, some of the stories are a bit more down to earth and a bit more relatable, and some of the other ones are very out there and don't really have much real world correspondence. So yeah, this one in particular is quite something. This volume in particular, and yeah, there's 13 volumes, and I recommend you get them because it's a pretty good series. I mean, a lot of people really enjoy the comedy of Nichijou, but haven't really either read the manga or haven't looked to see what the mangaka has done in terms of other works. So this one is still relatively easy to get your hands on, and it's one of my favorite series. So these are the spines. So City 1 to 13. City 1 to 13. And all the spines have this little image that goes up, and each one of these small images is 1. The big thing represents 5. So yeah, so just counts up to 13. I quite like where this manga leaves off. I mean, it's got a relatively satisfying conclusion and a relatively solid opening. One of the things that you'll find about this manga series is there'll be a lot of signage and things referenced in the background that won't become relevant until much later in the series. But pretty much there's no throwaway signage. Like if a sign says something wine, there'll be some guy later in the series who will be like a wine merchant or something, or if there's an ad at some point, then at some point you will see the character who's portrayed in the ad. So it's relatively cohesive in terms of the world building, and I mean, it reminds me a lot of like an actual city where there's a lot of signage, and when you first introduced to it, you don't know what it all refers to, but as you become more familiar with the place, you begin to realize, oh, this is referencing this person, or this is referencing this business. So it's pretty nice like that. But I recommend City. It's a very, very good series. And as I said, it's by the same mangaka as Nichijou, and a lot of people like Nichijou, so there you go. All right, cheers.